It didn't stop, it just kept going. I didn't do that. Right now, 7:04 a.m. I'm gonna go make a smoothie. You guys ready for the trip?
Yeah.
No.
Actually excited. You know what Chaska asked me earlier? You excited about today?
So this is actually going to be Chaska's. Is Elin coming? This is going to be their first overland trip, and I know that Chaska.
Super excited. He's always like, "Can you guys take me?"
Hey. Oh.
Hey, Daddy.
Today is actually special, or this trip rather, is actually special for a couple of reasons. One, we're returning back to the George Traverse. It was our first series of vlogs. It was the first trip we did back in November. I'm excited for it for a variety of reasons. The first time we did it, we didn't have a whole lot of experience. This time around, I feel like we're going back with a lot more experience. I'm by no stretch of the imagination an expert or even seasoned even, but I do have a significant more amount of experience. The other thing that's going to be kind of neat is we're going to be hitting Trey Mountain. Do you remember Trey Mountain? That was where you see that right there? You can imagine I'm going to be coming down that, what we're up against. Needless to say, I'm not comfortable trying that. We're actually going to do that this time. That's the plan anyway. The second thing that I'm excited about is this is the first trip that my business partner and his kids have been able to go on with us. And
hi YouTube.
This is Chaska.
Hi.
This is Jim.
Hey. Hi.
Many of you know this and you've seen me talk about it and you've seen links to it, but our actual company, the thing that kind of fuels our day-to-day is Blue Swell. It's a short-term vacation rental management company. This is Elin.
Hey, you said to get out of the car. I at least saw one while he's out of the car.
The thing that's interesting is it's actually a little bit symbolic because our very first overland trip was to the Georgia Traverse, and now their very first overland trip is to the Georgia Traverse. Jim's bought a Hummer. Chaska's been following us. It's gonna be an epic trip.
I found the first one when I was right behind it.
Noises that you hear whenever you're putting new stuff on your truck. There's definitely a whistle going on with the new light that I put on up there. On a positive note though, gas mileage for the first leg of the trip's actually been pretty good. We've been averaging about 12.8, which is too shabby. What'd you think of your new Hummer?
Now that I've gotten it fixed from being wrecked,
Should we get a snack?
It's great.
it's great.
Yeah.
Get a snack?
Yeah, go in and get it picked out.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to jack the front end up, which I wanted to do.
To lift it up? Yeah. Lens is all dirty. I gotta... You see that? It didn't stop, it just kept going. I didn't do that. Actually haven't had that happen to me in years. You guys get a snack? You can't get that,
Dad,
that
this doesn't
snack.
have
It's
any
like candy.
caffeine. I can't get Money Buddies?
No, that's like candy. It's like buying a bag of
no
candy.
caffeine.
So admittedly, it's kind of weird this being the first trip with my business partner because we've been friends for a long time. I think he thinks what I'm doing is kind of lame.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Great.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good day. Also, the pump that I had right here, it didn't stop by itself.
Okay.
It just,
All right. Thank
just
you.
FYI, something's going wrong, obviously. Hey, appreciate it.
Hi.
Jim and Nick's Barbecue is one of my favorites. Although Dickie's is also one of my favorites. It was good and refreshing. Sorry to bring you with us.
Like you like some of your dad's left.
I don't get a whole lot of opportunity to meet with Jim and kind of talk shop, so
Shop?
I saved lunch for that.
Yeah, what do you mean shop?
That's like
Shop.
that's business slang for talking about business stuff.
Oh, okay.
Worky kind of stuff. We're going to Walmart. We're gonna get our grocery run in. Open it up and take a look. Probably one of the most common questions that I get is, why do I keep the fridge in the back of the truck instead of the trailer? And the answer, well, so I had it in my trailer. In a perfect world, I'd rather have it in my trailer. But the Turtleback guys and everybody else said the airflow is not good enough in the back of the trailer or in the compartment of the trailer for a fridge to properly operate whenever it's actually hot outside. Jim, what do you think about me talking to a camera all the time? You think it's weird?
Here's an advertisement.
No. Okay. That water looked like it was a little bit gross, but I think it's all right. I think we have about 3.5 hours till we hit trail. Probably only one more stop after this. We're gonna go get gas. Hey, I'm great, how are you? See, I don't really need gas that bad. I got about a little more than a half tank left, but I'm gonna need gas soon because this thing's sucking through it right now. The light seems to be holding up pretty good. The wiring glue job looks a little sloppy, but it seems to be holding up pretty good too, so. Anyway, I like to try and get fuel before we get into the wilderness. So yeah, we're gonna get fuel one more time, maybe stop once more for fuel before we hit the trailhead. What are you doing, Ben? Man, gas is cheap here. So we have been driving up in the hills for about 20 minutes now. I looked at the elevation a minute ago and it was 2,100 feet. We are about 2 minutes, it says, from where the Georgia Traverse Trail begins. I would like to be on the trail for a few minutes to see if we can find a place to camp somewhere. I don't have any idea what it's going to look like.
He doesn't want to camp on the side of the road.
I don't really care where we camp. It just needs to be a little bit of a clearing and off of the road. Doesn't have to, it can be on the side of the road, but it can't be on the side of a road like this.
This thing have front lockers?
No.
I thought that was what A-Track was.
A-Track simulates front lockers.
It's the fun part.
All right, so this is it. We're on the first street here going down the Georgia Traverse. It's Georgia, you know, the last time I was up here, you know, the last time we were up here, you know, we'd hit paved roads for a while and non-paved roads, so this will be paved for a little while, I'm sure, but we'll have to see, we'll see where it goes here. I think that was Jim's first water crossing. Was that your first water crossing?
No, but close.
You gotta love it when you stage the camera for a campsite and you end up finding a better one. This is a pretty sweet campsite.
Wait for bugs to come eat us.
I didn't tell you guys, but the last time we were up here a couple weeks ago with Evelyn and Lily, I got chewed up. I mean, I still right there, right here. This campsite's awesome. Check this place out. Looking for a flashlight? So, again, in full disclosure, these guys gave me this light to use, to play with, to test, to experiment with, to just try out. I have no idea how much they are, but I will say, I quite like it. That's leftover burger grease. We had burgers for dinner. They were really good. Chaska!
Yeah.
Good burgers.
Thank you for
The compliment.
Thank you for the, you're welcome, Chaska. You're welcome for the compliment anytime. They were good burgers. Yep, they were good burgers. So this is our camp and the vlog is over. We're going to bed. If you like what we're doing, please make sure you're subscribed below. You can also support us by visiting our merch store and you can give the kids some work. Another way you can support us is by donating through our Patreon page. Remember, 50% of all donations are then given to an overland related charity, which you guys vote on every month. I've got links below for everything. Thanks a lot.